power of choices in your life. The power of making choices in your love life. You see, life is about choices, and every relationship choice you make affects the way your life flows in all other sectors of life. So in today's session, I would like to bring this to your attention, that choice is very important, and when you make dishonoring choices that affect your personal dignity, it can affect your emotional well-being. So let's look at the power of choices and how you can make honoring choices and choices that lead to your personal respect and personal, dignity, because it is really what matters in life. Thank you for watching wherever you are, and this is Mariam Naguja, Ladies Guide, your emotional wellness guide, every Friday giving you the things that money cannot buy, but which makes life worth living, your emotion.
She's a lady, she's a Cancer.
So previously, we had a session on love distractions. We talked about the 6 strategies on how to deal with love's distraction, basing the fact that many people feel emptiness of life, but they don't know exactly what causes it. So we noted that when you're distracted by love, because love can distract and love can motivate, it is very important for you to learn how to deal with it when you confront love. Whether you have love, whether you lack love, whether you're wishing to love, whether you're falling out of love, it's the same thing, okay? So many women get distracted with love because when they're out of love, they get lost. When they're in love, they get lost. So that session helped you to streamline your mindset back to who you're supposed to be. Among the things we looked at, the 6 strategies, you said you can start personal development, understand the psychology of men, live, have a life, and don't make relationships a center of your universe. It is part and parcel of the most important things in life, but as well you need to pay attention to the other sectors of your life. So if you missed our last week's session, please go to the description section below. We have attached the link. Watch, share, give us a thumbs up if you find this useful content, because sharing is caring, and share with your loved ones. So in today's session, I would like us to look at something which is related to our previous, because usually when I give a session, the next session must be leading to the next session. That's how my content flows, okay? We don't have isolated content. It's not entertainment. I told you this is edutainment. Whoever comes to this channel expect to be educated as well as entertained, because it's an emotional wellness channel where we talk about the things that go your emotional wellness, okay? So all this content that we give you has to be related, okay? Nkola research simala gogera, okay? Buli kyenjogera kiba already nga kiri researched, proved and approved. That's when I can bring that content to you guys. And thank you so much for being part of this channel. Our members, you're welcome to the channel, because members, like I told you, are going to receive more of this useful content, okay? This, what I'm giving you soon, is going to be for the members only, okay? Because content, production content, someone getting content is something not easy, okay? It's beyond just reading books, because most of it, in fact, I don't read books, okay? You have to be spiritually aligned. You must spiritually connect to find content which is useful to the masses, okay? So then, that leads us to today's session, okay? The power of choices, okay? Amanyi go kusalawo. I think choice is kusalawo, kulondawo kusalawo, okay? When you talk about choices, when you talk about okusalawo, we don't just talk about okusalawo mu bulamu alone, businesses and what and success. There's also okusalawo mu love, okay? Because many people in love, they choose wrongly. But choosing bubi, basalawo bubi, okay? So mu kusalawo bubi kireeta omuntu okola ebintu ebimuswaza oba ebintu ebijjawo ekitiibwa kyo naye nga wasalawo bubi, okay? So today we are going to look at the 2 most important commodities. We shall call them commodities. Valuable kuba tebigulwa sente. Ngenda balaga ebintu bibiri ebyomuwendo ebitagulwa sente, singa obifiirwa oyina wabakuwadde relationship abakuwadde empty shell. Oyina wabakuwadde ssente zimulekere. Ne wabanga akuwanga ekyabo ng'akuggyako ebintu ebibiri mugambe saagala bibeemu. Okay? Because these two commodities are the most important to everybody's life. Every woman who lacks self-dignity, every woman who lacks self-confidence, who has no self-worth, babajjako ebintu bino ebibiri. Bengendo bagamba olwaleero. Okay? Because you see, in life when people have not yet made money, when you've not yet understood the psychology of money and wealth, you think that getting it, that's all. Okay? Many women have traded off these two things for material possession. Many of you have traded these two things for just a relationship. Many of you have traded these two things, mubitunzeyo ne mubiwaayo ne bifa, just to be loved. I know malanga muli empty. We are answering the other last week's question of emptiness. Okay? So these two things are the things you should never lose. Temubifirwanga. Tokkirizanga. Oli waba akikujjako mugamba lindako twala ekintu kyo kimuddiriza. Omugamba tokkiriza. You see, I always say it and I will always say it again. The most valuable things in life cannot be touched, they can be felt. Okay? Ebintu ebyomuwendo mu bulamu tebabikwatako babiwulira. Value ogiwulira togikwatako. Okay? Ekintu kyokwatako tosobola kiraba naye omuwendo gwakyo oguwulira. So in today's session, I want to give you these two commodities, the two most precious things that you should never lose. Because when you lose them, you're going to lose your self-dignity, you're going to lose your self-worthiness, you're going to lose your self-respect, you're going to disrespect yourself, you're going to disrespect your partner, you disrespect your relationship. The relationship in Ejakutama, it will be empty if you lose these two things. And that is what every lady should fight for. Okay? It is what every lady should keep. Or you know what, whether it means what, don't allow it. Because they have pulled out your sense of self-worthiness. And the price has to be paid heavily. Okay? So ebiseera ebisinga abantu twogera ebintu ne mutabiwulira ne mutabifaako naye bw'olabanga ng'oyogera ebigambo bino, I feel empty, I feel lost, simanyi gye ndaga oba nabaaki oba biki naye ng'olina omuntu. Love, when someone loves you, when someone comes into your life, they grow you, they make you better. The intention of love is to make you better, not to make you lose yourself. Bw'olabanga ekintu kikujjamu ofa, ekyo manya nti tekyalina muwendo gy'oli. Omuwendo n'abagamba bakola ki? Bagukwatako. Tebagukwatako, baguwulira. Omuwendo baguwulira buli tebagukwatako. So oli wajja n'akusikako ekintu ekyo n'akikujjamu, kyengenda obbagamba bino ebibiri ebyo ebintu mbigoberedde obulamu bwange, nze sibasomesa kye sitakoze. By the time I bring a session, manya nti nkibaddemu, nkitestinze, it is proven it works. Okay? Era kitakola sikyogera wano mpaka ng'amusose kitestinga. So omuntu wajja n'akuggyako commodities n'ebbiri, ng'ajjidde mu love, ng'ajjidde mu relationship, n'ajjira mu marriage, n'ajjira mu anything, naye n'akijja mu bulamu bwo, aba akuggyemu ekintu eky'omuwendo ky'otasobola na kugula na ssente. Muwendo wawe tebakigula na ssente kubanga n'abazina tebakiyina. I've met many rich people without this. Nga lesente azina naye nga kyo bakimuggyako nga takirina. Era w'otegeera nti okirina, you'll feel it. Ojja kifiiringa. Asitaba kukikusikamu bwe bati. Ebyo ebintu ebibiri ne babikugjamu mu relationship. Ekiddako nti you feel lost. You feel something is wrong. You feel devaluation. You feel waliwo ekintu. Era mubeere nga mukifaako nnyo. Mostly abantu babiyita ne mu birabo. Olina akuwa ebintu naye nga akuwadde kukuggyako kintu kino. You trade it off when you don't even know. So let us look at those two most valuable commodities that make a woman very attractive and happy. Okay? Because I told you happiness is ojewa. Oisanyu bali yegabira. Teri agenda dikuwa ekyo mwakitegeera dda. Number 2, because teri aligabira, olina okulaba nti oli etuusaako mu ngeri yonna. Ate nga tolibanjiza muntu yenna. That is the rule of happiness. Okay? So then, when these two things are protected, you're going to find self-fulfillment. You're going to find emotional well-being. Ogenda wuliranga owera mba toswala. Bw'oyimira okwata omuzindaalo bagamba omukyala akutte omuzindaalo. Bannange bakikusikamu tosobola kujja kukamera wano n'oyogera. Abangi kumwe ne bakuwa omuzindaalo bagamba waayo yogerako ku birthday y'omwana weekweka. abangi kumwe ne bagamba nti owaye genda ku gundi ku graduation ya muwala weyogera oyinza okugaana okumuzinda n'ogaana baakikusaka mudda ebyo bintu bwe bito birina ebibiri ebyo ate nga bebikola obulungi bw'omukyala. It doesn't matter whether you're beautiful, it doesn't matter whether you're educated, it doesn't matter whether you're rich, as long as you lost these two things, you don't have them. That's the source of your emptiness. So little by I want us to dive into this session nga tutegedde nti ebintu bino ebibiri bye ngenda okubagamba. Watch till the end otegere omuwendo gwabyo kubanga nze intestines omuwendo gwabyo mbibaddemu era oli wajja okubinzijja kumba nakitegedde dda atojja mu relationship either friendship, association, business, and you try to touch those two things, I say stop immediately because I know what you take away from me. It is very valuable, and getting it and protecting it has taken me for a while. So many of us ladies, especially young ladies, abakyala abato abatannategera bintu bino n'abamu abakulu abatabimanyi baluzinze ebintu bino naye nga tuli mu relationships kati tuli mu friendship babibajjako nga babawadde omukwano. And then many of us call it submission. I don't know, they call it submission, they call it what, which is okay, but as long as you've lost them, you've lost the other thing altogether. So let us look here on what are these two things. Byenjogera ko ngenda bibagamba mu luzungu ate mbibadize mu lulimi lwaffe oluke olw'amangu. Okay, so if anyone ever makes you lose these two things, lose the relationship. I don't know how many friendships I've lost. If someone comes to tap at this, when you're faking a friendship and you are taking away these two commodities, I stop it immediately. Number stop, because ndaba jondaza. Okay, ndaba jichigenda okugera. So when you lose these two things, you lose your self-respect in babulidda. You eventually lose the relationship itself. Then next you feel empty and unhappy. Then next your emotional wellness is questionable. Otandika okugamba sewulira bulungi, simanyi mbadde ki, I don't know what happened to me, I don't know, all those things mubyogera nga bakugyeko ebintu bino ebibiri. So what are these two valuable commodities? What are these two? Mubyogera bulijjo, mubikozesa mu bigambo ebya bulijjo, mubiwulira babyogera mubisomako, but you don't know the intensity of these two words or verbs. Okay, the first one is self-honor, honor. The second one is dignity. Honor mu Luganda, in English, honor is to be treated with respect and admiration. Mu Luganda, omuntu okussaamu ekitiibwa, okwessaamu ekitiibwa kye bayita honor. Tewaba bayita ba honorables, ow'ekitiibwa, the honorable. Okay? Number two is self-dignity. Dignity is the state of being worthy of honor. Nti a dignity, omuntu okuba ne dignity, ye muntu asaanidde okubeera n'ekitiibwa. Kiri kusaanira. Okay? Dignity is kusaanira. Honor okirina. Okay? So those two words look simple, but they have a deep meaning when it comes to relationships. And that's what you need to fight for always, and that's what you're fighting for. When a relationship makes you lose honor, as a relationship ekusikamu ekitiibwa, nekujjako respect, self-respect, nekujjako admiration, nobanga ataliiwo, it is not worth a relationship at all. Kankibadiremu. If a friendship takes away your honor, self-respect, your self-admiration, nga nawe wenyini owuli oswadde, stop that relationship there and then. Komao. Don't continue. Dignity. When a friendship or a relationship makes you feel not worthy of honor, it doesn't matter what you're getting from that friendship. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because even if you get it, you've lost the other one. And the other one is valuable. Ero jakuba nicho kyotudde nga ero empty. Bannange muyiga okuyiga omuwendo gw'ebintu. Life is value. You must understand the word value, not money. Money does not buy value most of the time. Many people have the money, they don't have value. Value is deep. Ekigambo value kiri deep and you cannot touch it. nabagambye tebakikwatako. So relationship wejja oli nakusula mu mukwano nakujjako honor nakujjako dignity ne bwakuwa obufumbo kikigenzi. And you know what you've lost? You will never respect yourself. Go nyine otandika okufuuka cheap kubanga n'oli akufudde cheap si bwe kiri. Then you start disrespecting them. Go nyine tuwalire kitiibwa because people who disrespect themselves they disrespect others. Tebamanyi value ya respect. Okay? Then you will disrespect the relationship itself. N'obufumbo tobussaamu mu kitiibwa kubanga tebakuwadde kitiibwa. That's how it works out. Then next, everybody who comes to you treats you like dishonoring. N'abanajja gy'oli bagenda kuba tebakuyisaamu kitiibwa kubanga tokyewadde tebakikuwadde so tokisaanira. That's why many people don't have honor. Abantu nze balaba babuulira nga buli kibawadde nga talina kitiibwa. Bangi nnyo tebalina kitiibwa tebakirina nga nesente baziina. The frequency of money nabagamba eri so low, very low. So okakana omuntu abanga akuggyeko honor n'akuggyako self dignity ne bwakuwa love akwadde ebyo ebyanswa. So let us look at this honor. How do ladies lose their honor? Mwemalamu nti ekitiibwa oli naye n'akuyisa nga bwe weeyisa bw'akuyisa. Remember, when a man comes to a woman for a relationship, the way you're going to carry yourself is the way he's going to carry you for the rest of your life. When you start a relationship with a man without him losing anything, I told you, when the cost analysis is on zero, most of the time, there's no honoring. Tajja kiwa kitiibwa. Tajja. Banne mbabulire tekiriyo. Anything of value is respected and it is honored. So if someone does not honor it, they will disrespect it. Okay? So today when you talk about the power of choices, when you're making choices, the question should be, is it honorable? Ekintu kyogenda okulonda okirina honor, kikuweesa ekitiibwa. Gwe wewulira wokikusalawo bwoti ng'okitwala kirina ekitiibwa ekikuwa. Temumala galonda relationships bannange. Sigamba nti oli onoonya tonnafuna, then you go for any relationship which is going to dishonor yourself. And when you're being dishonored, you feel it. The feelings will tell you that you're being dishonored. The intuition. Owulira nga weekanze na mbooti ng'omuntu akuyisizaamu amaaso weekanga mbooti n'ogamba since when have I been this? So dishonoring, lack of dignity can affect your attraction rate. So whenever you're attracting new relationships, agenda kuyisa mu maaso. That's why many people, when weebuuze mu bulamu bwo abantu bonna abajja gy'oli, njagala kuwa example ya ennyango ennyo gy'oyinza okwekeberamu. W'obeera nga oli muwala nga obadde mu relationship nga abasajja bakwagala, how can I say it in English? When the relationship is on free. Nga oli okujja okwagala talina kyateekamu gwe n'omuwa kyayagala. Okay? N'omuwa buli kimu n'omuteeramu n'abaana byonna naye nga takyafiddwa n'eki. Only that action to a woman you've been dishonored. Wejjeeko engule. In other words, we're dishonoring nze munasonyiwa okukyogera. Kitegeeza nti w'oba osobola okukola ekintu ekyo kitegeeza gwe wennyini tewe dishonoring nze. And what does it mean? Kitegeeza ojja kuleeta abantu abalala abafaanagana bwe batyo be bagenda okujja gy'oli. That's why every relationship where a person has been abused will go into another abusive relationship. Oyina namu abusing n'omulala baba bafaanagana. Lwaki? Kubanga kiri kijja kikutambulirako. It's an energy field that you carry. Because wagambye edda universe teweewa kitiibwa. Because teweewadde kitiibwa bakwongera bitakuwa kitiibwa. That's how it works. So dishonoring yourself, giving men free sex is dishonoring for a woman. Many people are going for casual sex, casual relationships. And you think it is just casual. And sex has never been casual. It has never been. To a woman, it is never casual. It is an intimate, emotionally charged action to a woman. To a man, it's a casual thing. So if you go for a relationship giving casual sex, a casual relationship, you've already dishonored yourself. And do you know the do you know the call you're giving to the universe? Sewa kitiibwa, sisaanidde, ayagala yanantwala, siina muwendo gwonna kale eddakiika eyo wookoledde ekintu ekyo universe ngekuti abantu abafa abana bwe batyo bayitirivu buli ayagala kajyo agenda kusimba line ewo just by one action. So the question in choices is it honoring? Am I being honored? Muwemba nsalawo kimpeesa ekitiibwa oba nedda? Mwebuuzenga ebibuuzo ebyo. Nze mbadde example nti omuntu yenna asitakuteekamu ekintu ekiri casual ekitalina definition nga relationship teriko roles teriko goals or settings up yourself for future relationships ezifaanana bwezityo. Toddamu kwebuuza lwaki buli ajja ewange buli mwami tebampa tebakuwa kubanga oli gwe wasookeraku teyakuwa. Don't take that lightly. Never take it lightly. Anybody who puts you in a marital relationship, a relationship with a married person, otandise okwesetting up, you will only be in the married people. That's how it works. Because it is a frequency. You've not honored yourself. Okay? If you go in for unprotected sex, for the young ladies, with a new relationship, then you go for casual sex, which is even unprotected. What message are you giving the universe? I don't have value. I don't value my health. I don't value my time. I am not valuing my future. Sina future goals. STIs. Okay? That is the message you're sending out. And that choice is not dishonoring. If there is any lady here who has ever had casual sex or please comment. Give us a comment below. How was it the next day? What would you do here? The next day you feel empty. You feel ashamed. The feelings tell you you're off. What have you done to yourself? So it doesn't matter how much sweet words the man uses the day before. Nebwa kulimba ebigambo ebyenkana wasitoyingira mu kintu ekyo oba we dishonoring ze kyebayita choices ezitawesa mukazi kitiibwa. So tulaba ebintu bingi mu bulamu ebirungi ebisikiriza naye nga singa okitwala kikujjako ebintu bino ebibiri. Kikujjako ekitiibwa ne kikufuula tasanidde gwa kitiibwa. It takes away honor and dignity. Kikujjako ekitiibwa kyo ne kifuula nti olina kitiibwa ate ne kikufuula nti tosaanidde kitiibwa, which means tolifuna muntu akuwa kitiibwa. Never. Never. So if you have relationships with men where you give them casual stuff, which means you have to give all men all your life ogaba casuals, wakitandikawo tolikivaamu. There's a lady I met some time back. The lady was telling me, I don't know, bandiko chinze buli musajja abasajja abaavu banwanira banjagala banyo ne mugamba abasajja abaavu n'okulwa ne balwana ne mugamba bannange ng'onyirira nnyo nanga nange simanyi kye bankola ne mugato yali yakola kintu gwe wasookerako yali mwavu yakugulira oluggi. Just one mistake of having a relationship with omuntu atasaanidde kiba kigulidde oluggi abalala bonna mu future bamufaanana abanajja gy'oli. We shall talk about the spiritual content of sexual relations. Njabalaga ebintu ebyo nga mbikola mulabe ekirimu nga temuna kitegeera nti kyangu nnyo okugula oluggi lwo nga buli ajja bakulwa n'okulwanira ng'omwalo weyayogera. Namugamba madamu genda ofune spiritual cleansing, genda weenaaze weerongoose wayambala dde omwoyo ogusika abantu abo kubanga obabaddemu ebbanga ddene. Ono waavaawo ng'omulala ajja abamufaanana oli, ono waavaawo ng'omulala ng'ajja abafaanana oli, because it is the yessimu gye wakubira obwengula nti gwa abakwagala baavu era be bakusaanidde namukatoliko kisamu kyolika jawaaba obuzibu bwawe. So if you find yourself in a relationship with married men nga elisituka bokkaboka bajjambulamu obwo olina we watandikira ekintu ekyo bannaye tubeere bamazima saagala banyiiza. If you find yourself you're in married women ng'oli musajja ekyo ekintu wakitandika. So little careless choices that you make in life can affect the destiny. Obanga asaaga bwoti olina agamba nedda nze natandika mu bantu bakulu ng'omwana ali myaka 14 yagala musajja wa myaka 5 obulamu bwo mpaka odiba mu nsi eno oyagala bakulu bakusinga bano abantu bwe tukyabasobola kubanga universe ogikwambedde essimu nti bano si be bange bali be bange. Ono aba avaawo ng'owenkaaga ajja owenkaaga aba agenda ng'owensanva ajja nga gwa otambuliramu because ekyo kye wagamba universe. That is what you gave yourself as honor. Kyekitiibwa mwotambulira. When you start going 50 akawala kamwe akakwanuka kali kangamba, now there is a guy who has invited me to this country and he says I pay my ticket, then I also get my visa on my own fees, then we meet. I told her, please stop there. You're going to do Dutch, you're going to another country to meet a man, a date, on your own payments. Nemogamba, you'll go to that country, guy, won't you be stranded in a country where you're a stranger? Nemogamba, if a man is asking you out to come to another country and he can't even move for you, then you're going to another country, that is dishonoring. That's a dishonoring choice. Okusalawo okwo kwolonze tekuweesa muntu kitiibwa. Tajja kubalamu na magezi. N'olinyira ku tiketi yo, n'olinyira ku visa yo, gonyini gwajenonyereza, n'omutwalira ekirabo kyo, n'omugamba ki kino kya bwerere ssebo. That is dishonoring, ladies. Doing Dutch. It's called let's go Dutch. Eh? Where a man comes and then you also sit on the table. That's what they call do Dutch. Let's do Dutch. Abadachi bachikola. Nkukwana ngenda kugamba ebigambo ebyalaavu naye sasula biru ye emmere. Ate nkuyise mu kifo kino. Sasula nange sasula ebyange byendidde naye ate ngwambe nkwagala. As in selfishness of the highest order. Nti woba ogenze sina kyenfiiriddwa. Kyenfiirwa bwe budde. But nange watch out when people are making you lose honor in their actions. Because the opposite gender watching gwe byokola bokwe batambulira. Gwe woyinnya n'ogenda n'omutwalira ekirabo kyo. You are a gift. Nga gwasasudde ne travel arrangement yonna yonna. You've done Dutch. You've gone Dutch. And trust me, it can't work. Relationship betandise bubi. Mutandikidde wabi. It is a relationship. Okay? So ladies, learn. If a man can't pay the bills in the restaurant, or sasule zo zolidde, naye sasule zolidde, agambe nkwagala, mugambe excuse me. Okay? Just keep quiet. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. It is dishonoring. Mu Luganda takuwadde kitiibwa. Tosaanidde akujja mu dignity. Takujja mu toyina kitiibwa kyamu. Okay? Kakati lwaki omuwa ekirabo kyo? Lwaki omuwa ekirabo kyo? Okay? So mutandika obulamu obutwaliramu dignity, honor. Oyina wajja n'akuwa ekirabo ng'agenda kujjamu ekitiibwa mugambe kizzeeyo sikyagala. Ate muyiga okugaana ebirabo bannange. Muyiga okugaana ebirabo. Not every gift is a gift. Some gifts are Trojan horses. Oli akikuwa nga amininga kirala naye ng'akuwadde ekirabo. Nga either atwala dignity yo, atwala kitiibwa kyo, akuggyako yo spiritual self, but it's not a gift at all. Muyiga okugamba nti ekirabo sikitwala okireke. You know, life is not about getting material. It's about the way you feel about certain things. Okay? So even some gifts that you receive are Trojan horses. Na kuwecha banenga guze future yonna na jonona. Banange muyiga okutegera ebintu bino. It took me a lot of time. By the time I tell you I know these things, and then you take the choice ngo gamba kati choice gye ntute, it is honoring me. It is not diminishing me from who I am. Otherwise, bagenda basikamu ekitiibwa omuntu akuleka empty shell. That's why many women wabaita okwogera ku mizira temusobola mwaswala dda. Oyine wamagamba agamba nze nti abantu bwaki muti abantu mwaswala. Bakusikamu dda ekitiibwa. Bakujjako dignity. Niwoyimira owulira ng'oswala. I do not entertain that. You people, listen to me, I do not. If someone comes to take away my dignity, I teach you a lesson you'll never forget. All your life. And peacefully, by the way. Because I know what you're doing. So then, self-honor, self-dignity, those are two things you have to protect. Byebintu by'olina protectinga. Newebeera nga family terina ssente. Naye mubanga muli baavu ng'oli ajja na buyambi mugambe tubwetaaga mu bugobe. Agenda kujja mu bino ebibiri. Akutwaleko ky'olina. Hey! There is a family that is trying to give food in COVID. Omusajja yagoba buyambi. Yeyanjiriza ekintu ekyo. Yagamba Mariam, tetuli bubi nnyo. Weebale nnyo naye emmere gireke. Yagigoba. N'engamba Katonda akitegedde. Omuntu okuleetera obuyambi osaba akuggyako kitiibwa. Oli n'agamba ngenda kuweerera abaana ba school fees bannaye muwulire ebintu ebyo. Muwulize emyoyo gyammwe. Omuntu wakeera ku makya n'agenda n'akola n'atuuyana. Ekyo ekintu kyafuna mu kutuuyana kiba n'omuwendo gwa waggulu. Nga afunye honor ne dignity. Asigaza ekitiibwa kye ate tebamuggyeko nti tatanidde ekitiibwa than okufuna ekintu ekyobwereere. Free things I curse. They curse. I wish I would tell the whole world this. Avoid free things. Mubigobenga. Omwami yangoba. Kubanga naye ebintu byagenda ofiirwa. Buzaya kitegeera agamba self honor dignity bagala jinzijjamu. Because am I the man of the house if the food is coming? Whether you go and work oba atoyiringa oba balya kawunga kale bakakalye naye tajja fiirwa bino ebibiri. They understand and that this one takes omuntu ng'akuzeeko myaka baba bakitegedde. Naye kati mmwe abakyali abo temukimanyi. Oli wakuwa esente ne mudduka ampadde esente naye ng'akuggyeko ekitiibwa. Akuggyeko dignity next ofuuka wa bwereere. Then you enter into relationships in the future. N'abuzaabuza obwongo bwo n'ofuukanga a nobody because of ebyobwereere. So the first thing of a lady who needs honor and dignity, kukola. Kiriza ky'otalina tokiyina temufuna bintu bya bwereere ebyo muddukiramu. Oli wakuweera ebintu watabalina kyakuggyeko ate nga kya muwendo most of the time. So nze ntunuulira abantu abasinga era oli wajja n'ebisitole bya laavu mugamba olina kye wawaayo dignity ne honor n'otwala kiri. Toyagala kola n'oyagala shortcut. You go in a relationship because of bagenda kukolerera. Ani akolerera munne really? There is something you're going to exchange and it is huge. So don't think that whoever goes to work and they sweat. Teri ayagala kola. Everyone wants to have a free ride. But the dignity and the honor that you're going to lose is more valuable than the free money you're going to get. Because oli abakikusisenga. Kyemagamba nti bakuita ne kumuzinda n'oswala. Bagamba jangu yagere ku mwana ku birthday eno weekweka. Wejjako dde ekitiibwa olw'ebikolwa byo ne choices wakola. So this show is just to remind you that for all the choices you're making in life, ask yourself two things. Is it honoring? Is it dignity? Wekiba tekikuwa bintu ebyo bibiri nga kigenda bikusikako relationship gireke. Mujja sanga abaami ababaagala nga ayagala kubikujjako. Oli n'ayagala you people you don't know. You know? Omwami mufumbo tagenda kuyamba takyagenda kwongerako taku improving ate n'akujjako ne dignity. Really? Dignity n'agikujjako obeerenga ng'oli guilty. You love the married man who gave you nothing. Do you know what that means to your self-worthiness? Akusaze bwati. You are nothing. Because that action alone means you are free. You don't deserve priority. Maybe you are very desperate. Oh, that is not a small action. So njagala mulabe hidden messages behind messages. Okay? Buli kikola kyokolanga weebuze message eri emabega wa message eno. Don't look at on the top. That's why when people come to someone can do something to respect me nemugamba kyokozesa kitegeeza kino nze kankulage message yakyo ye nga yaba kyakungulu bwe kiti nibwa kitegeeza kiri. You cannot just pull out my self dignity and then you say money. What is money got to do with what I've built for a long time and you're taking it in a few minutes using money? What is money got to do with it? Mutandika okwebuzeebuuza ebyo. Oli muwala muto, oli muwala mulungi, ate oli n'abeeri yawasadda yakola choices ze ate n'akwagalya ku bwereere freely without losing anything. There's no exchange. And at last, how are you going to feel 5 years from now? Which means next time ne bw'agenda omulala alijja agenda kukola ekintu ekimu ekyo or creating a pattern of that feeling of you don't have what it takes to have a relationship. You're free. Okay? So otajjanga nakubuzaabuza. Every action you take in a relationship, ask yourself, is it honoring? Is it hurting my dignity? What is it doing to my self-honor? Weebuzeebuuza ebyo. Don't look at what you're getting, look at what you're losing. That's where the art is. So mbagambe nti wakitegeeza kuba kyabo mugambe kyabo kitwale kino tekyenkana nga kyengenda fiirwa mutunulire bye mugenda ofiirwa temutunulire bye mufuna. Look at what you're going to lose. If you're losing dignity, you can't buy it. You can't buy it. Tosobola kwambala ngo bagamba munne ewu yanyumya alina dignity tebijja tebibeera mu ngoye kiri mu neewuliraayo. Your emotional wellness bagitutte. Your emotional worthiness bagitutte. Okay? So in case you're in a relationship, in case you're falling for a relationship, ask yourself those things. Those are two most valuable things that money cannot buy: dignity and honor. era buli oli waba agenda kikusikamu bwati sooka obwebuze kikyantwalako kikyampadde byenkanankana. If they are not balancing up, don't enter that transaction, because that's what everyone is trading off most of the time. You're taking things to lose dignity or honor. You're taking this to lose dignity or honor. Okay? Kati weba ngoli ajidde mu love naleta akavuyo ka dignity loss, honor ate nkwade love. Ne love tajikwade, by the way, ng'akulimbye. Any foolery, narcissistic relationships, narcissistic marriages, they've taken away your dignity. Period. So let's look at how do you feel when your dignity has been attacked. Owulira otya nga ekitiibwa kyo bakikuggyeemu love? Owulira otya? What are the signs? Olabira kuki? When you're in a relationship and you feel dissatisfied, when you're in a relationship and you feel resentment, when you feel emptiness, ngoli wakwejo nga kwadde biba byanswa, your honor was taken away and is taken away. Okay? So feelings is ne intuition egenda kubuulira. Feelings wulirizanga nnyo how you feel when you're in a relationship, because the feelings is the biggest communicator of what is going on in your emotional self. So when the feelings and the intuition is telling you that something is not right, I feel dissatisfied, there's a reason for this, trust me, there's a problem. Okay? So oli wabajjanga akwagala nakuteeka mu relation naye owulyanga oli akoze ekikola noga this is dishonoring. Wewe okinga noga this is dishonoring. Tekijja ngo newekanga mboti ngomanya awaliwo ensonga awo. So dignity, self-honor is one of the most valuable things, and that's what many young women lose. Kati watukira myaka gino ejaffe ejja waggulu, yes watukira ne myaka ejja waggulu nga tebalina kitiibwa. That's why abawala bonna bemulaba nga takyewa kitiibwa mu society, nga byonna bye bakola nga byewuunyisa nga biswaza, manya nti yaggwamu ekitiibwa naggwamu dignity. Naye nga ani yakitwala? Relationships ze yayingiramu, babimusikamu. Oli amuteeka mu kintu nga namuteeka mu relationship etalina definition. You're neither a girlfriend, you're neither a prostitute, you're neither a courtesan, you're not even a wife. You don't know who you are. Only that ambiguity of a relationship is enough to cause you dishonor. Towewadde kitiibwa, takikuwadde, kitegeeza buli kigenda okukigenda kuba kitiibwa. Okay? So wetooga ku kitiibwa, tooga ku bitiibwa bino ebya leadership. Twogera ekitiibwa ekyo kiva mundaamu, nawe ne weewulira nga bw'oyimira mu bantu bo toswala. You feel that woyogera mu bantu toswala. That's what we fight for. So most of the time when you're growing, when you're achieving all whatever you're doing in life, look at dignity and honor. And whoever is taking it away from you, watch them. Mbagambe bajja bawa n'ebirabo ng'oli akikuggyako, akikuweretera n'ekirabo n'akikuwa ninga kuggyako ekitiibwa. Ate wakikuggyako yeyo yaba yeeyongeddeko. Yes! Nga gwamu upgrade nze naye toba tukitegedde. So many women are going through all these things. So when I made that strict session and people asking me about emptiness, I feel empty. Nafuna amasimu mpuli andi empty, but I'm empty. But I feel empty. Nembagamba, no, you lost honor. You lost dignity. Wakola choice nekujjako ekitiibwa kyo. Anybody who comes to love you now kola ebintu ebitakuwe narcissism. Narcissistic relationships. If you watched my narcissistic videos, nabagamba lwaki narcissism mbinyo. Anybody who brings okujoga okwo kwa narcissism aso okujjako ekitiibwa. Nze sikiriza. Not even in love alone. Even in business transactions or any engagement. A story ya jana nzijjako ekitiibwa. I fight to the end. Until I bring back my honor. It's a war. Because it is something you cannot buy. It cannot cost money. It is a habit you build. So if someone comes and takes it away from you in an association, and that's what we protect. Okay? That's what we protect. So resentment, emptiness, dissatisfaction, all those are signs that you are in a relationship which is not honoring. Okay? So a relationship which is a right choice, one, promotes your sense of dignity. Owulyanga osanidde ekitiibwa, owulyanga nawe wekkiririzaamu, oba n'omuntu ono owulyanga oyine oba okiwulira, kubanga when you choose wrong people n'akumalamu ekitiibwa n'ebiri ebyo byonna bijjawo. It's not about the actions they make. Nebiri ebiraba nange relationships. Ne bwoba mwami n'ofuna omukyala n'akuyisaamu amaaso. Ogenda kuyimira mu bantu gakyawera mpasajja banno. Akuggyeemu ekitiibwa. That's why men protect that respect. Omusajja ne bw'ota mwagala gamba bireke mpe ekitiibwa kyange. Ekitiibwa kiri important ku musajja okusinga ne love. Kubanga kye kizimba ebirooto bye. Bw'ayimira mu banno awera. Bw'ayogera abantu ajja kuwulira. Naye bw'okimusikamu bw'otyo takusonyiwa obulamu bwe bwonna. Takusonyiwa. Ekitiibwa n'okimutwalako ne bw'omuwala bagamba gireke. Because I made a video about what men need. It is respect and sex. Tebatagala avuyo. Ne bw'otamwagala bireke naye mu ekitiibwa kye. That's what every man is looking for. Okay? So, a relationship which is a right choice, you feel inner happiness. You don't feel lost and confused sure about the relationship. You don't feel any resentment and dissatisfaction. Okay? So, in the opposite relationship, satisfying. Okay? That well said. Remember, we talk about the two most valuable things when it comes to choices of a relationship. Okay? Bw'oba ogenda kukola choice a relationship bino byolina okutunuulira. Bw'otabiwa attention bisobola okuaffectinga obulamu bwo bwonna ne mu kuzimba obulamu bwo ne gy'olaga yonna yonna. Okay? So I think that's well said. We've come to the end of the session. And just to remind you that when a relationship leads you to emptiness, to dissatisfaction, most of the time it's not honoring, and you must always see when it's not honoring you. Yani obo ina munno ngolaba atanso kuyisamu omuntu uzamuga munnayi nga mpulira ekitiibwa mpulira muri munda emptiness. Ekitiibwa ninga omuntu gwe basaza akaso. Ekintu ekyo kibane mu bigenderere, especially the male side. Bw'obeera mukyala n'oyisamu omwami amaaso tali kusonyiwa. The one writer said, all wrongs can be forgiven, contempt never. Omuntu omuyisaamu amaaso takusonyiwa paka lwava munsi muno. Ate okusonyiwa binene naye okuyisibwamu amaaso obujoozi, dishonoring, it is not forgivable. Never. Ne bw'oyogera otya ne woogezaako tasobola. So learn that since dishonoring, honor is one of the things everyone is looking for. Learn when it's being taken away. Learn when it's being given. And the only way is when the way you feel, the feelings ijja kubuulira. Mariam Naguja, I'm the ladies guide, your emotional wellness guide. That is what we had for you today. Choices, making honorable choices. Okusalawo ng'olonda relationship ng'egenda kuyamba okuzimba your honor and your dignity. Temugenda mu relationship kubanga muli desperate. Temugenda mu relationship because babayamba bagala. Togenda mu relationship kubanga tolina kyakola naye nga kikusseeko ebintu bino ebibiri. Kubanga those two things are the most valuable in life, and it's what money cannot buy most of the time. Okay? So if you're in a relationship which is dishonoring, which lacks dignity, which makes you lack dignity, you never bagikuwadde teba relationship. Okay? Most of the time ejja kuleadinga ku bintu ebirala. Most importantly, ejja kuleeta other dishonoring choices, other dishonoring relationships ezigifaanana mu future ng'oli omuwala gwe mbagambye. So temusaagira mu bintu ebyo. Oyinza kugamba nga let's go casual. Let's be friends with benefits. Otandise. Let's be my chick on the side. Otandise. Toliva mu bintu ebyo. Togenda bivaamu. So much as it is very difficult to make right choices, it's expensive by the way. Omuntu okukola choices neza ezigamba kale kanfiirwe. Mulimu n'okufiirwa n'ogamba ng'omwami eyagoba emmere yansanyusa. N'agamba nedda totuwa. Weebale nnyo bambi naye nga azzaawo hona ye. Yes. I understood. The honor has been taken away. So let him go and suffer. But he will bring bigobe. There is a book called The Curse of Gifts. No, The Curse of Free Things. It's a curse. It's a curse. You're losing honor and dignity. So many of you say, Akati, bichi, mpulira, the empty reasons remember what the choices mukola. Zibajamo honor, Zibajamo dignity. Mariam Naguja, that is guys. See you again next week. Just to remind you, become members to the channel. Okay? The channel members are going to be receiving most of this useful content. It is fully researched, analyzed, lived, then given to you. this never yampakanya njagala omuntu ajja wano inbox nga mpakanya nti nimbye era mba mwewuunya owakanya ki based on what bagamba before you kuwakanya based on what kikyogenda osinzako okugamba nti ompakanya ntugambe ebintu mbiyize mbisomye mbiwuliddeko okay people are having casual sex casual relationships and the next day they are empty bwe babingamba bwana nze mba nkimanyi yange nayogerako nti munnange how do you feel the next day do this when you make these choices niwo oli excited otya nga wakalaba galina kukuba n'ogamba kakati ono soko weebuuze is it honoring does it lead to dignity what is the implication of my actions for this because the next day you're going to feel worse than before going back to your exes that's not dishonor that's dishonoring ex yagenda amaze emyaka esatu omulabangako ne mudda you go back to bed with him that's dishonoring yourself you know dishonoring kitegeeza nti obulamu tobwagala ayagala yantwala okay so some things you honor whether it means lose but do not give away your honor and your dignity. Thank you so much and see you again next week. Bye bye.
She's a lady. She's the one.